Hi, I'm Joshua Bolden, and this is The Rewind, where we look at this week's top stories, the headlines you may have missed, and everything in between. Now let's rewind. First in our top story, nearly 7 years to the day of Hurricane Katrina, the Southeast was tested again as Hurricane Isaac made landfall. The good news, the storm was not as powerful as Katrina, and according to Ken Holder with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, the New Orleans levees held. Holder said it is the first time the levees have been tested since Katrina.
The levees that are protecting New Orleans, the governor, the mayor, all saying this is how it's supposed to work. We've not seen any major issues here.
That's exactly right. And even today, we work very closely. I remember I told you yesterday about working very, very closely with the sewage and water boards and with the other folks that do pumping into the system so we can pump out. It's worked flawlessly so far. We had a couple of pumps go down. We were able to get them back online pretty short period of time to keep pumping. So, yeah, it's working really, really well.
Now, there were some problems with several control pumps not turning on, but the Corps eventually fixed that problem. In politics now, Mitt Romney and Paul Ryan are officially the GOP's presidential and vice presidential candidates. Romney accepted his nomination on Thursday and Paul on Wednesday at the RNC Convention in Tampa. However, the candidates aren't the only ones generating buzz from the convention. Actor Clint Eastwood, who spoke at the convention, had an interesting speech, more so a conversation, with an empty chair that represented an imaginary President Obama. The actor pretended to ask questions to an invisible Obama while extolling the virtues of GOP presidential hopeful Mitt Romney. That night, the president responded to Eastwood's empty chair with a photo of himself in a chair marked President with a tweet saying, "This seat's taken." Turning to entertainment now, this week in an exclusive interview with Oprah Winfrey, Gabrielle Douglas revealed that she almost quit gymnastics. The Olympian told Winfrey she was taunted and bullied by others at her former gym in Virginia Beach. Some even referred to her as a slave.
One of my teammates was like, "Can you scrape the bar?" And they were like, "Well, why doesn't Gabby do it? She's our slave." So I definitely felt isolated. I felt, why am I deserving this? Is it because I'm black? Those thoughts would go through my mind.
Douglas's mother says her daughter told her she would rather quit if she could not move and train with another coach. Of course, Gabrielle Douglas did move and trained with the famous Coach Chow in Iowa, bringing home 2 Olympic gold medals. And in this week's Fast Forward, President Obama has tapped Massachusetts Senator John Kerry to speak at the Democratic National Convention in Charlotte, North Carolina next week. Now, Kerry's speech will focus on national security. Other big political names scheduled to speak include Caroline Kennedy, the daughter of President John F. Kennedy and First Lady Jacqueline Kennedy, former President Bill Clinton, and First Lady Michelle Obama. And that's a wrap for this week's Rewind. Thanks for pressing play and tuning in, and I'll see you next week.